Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Nuff channel. In this video, we are looking at the NRL Fantasy, as well as Sportsdeck and Mixer after round 23 of the 2023 season. So a pretty good week for fantasy with 1,143. From memory, probably one of my highest scores, not just this year, but ever playing the game. So pretty happy with that. But round rank of 3,000, which is good. And pushing up a few more ranks overall. So I think from 13 and a lot to about 12 and a half. So over 1,000 spots up in 1 week is pretty nice, particularly when you only had 17 players available. So Damien Cook with a 78. So, back to, I guess, the levels we wanted from Cookie, which is great to see. Massive work from our middles as always. Payne Haas with a 83, Cam Murray 69, Isaiah 66. That's awesome. Dan Russell we bought in as one of our trades. We just needed a cheap player for the week, and he absolutely did the business for us with the 57. And Dave Fafita with the 56. So I guess having the 300k guy outscore the 800k guy is pretty nice. Um, we captained Cleary, who scored a 91. So I guess we could have got a few more points if we'd swapped with and gone with SJ. But obviously, both of them great options, and glad we got them both in the side. Joey Manu was massive with 68. Val Tafare with the 32. Solid enough contribution from him. Callum Pong has been killing it too with 71. CNK unfortunately got a concussion, so he scored 11. And Ruben Garrick, 48 is real solid from our centre wing fullback guy. Wing fullback and centre guy, I should say. Harry Grant with a 54, against the Panthers, that's a good return. Appy Coruscant we bought in, but he's probably a little bit underwhelming with a 31. Thought we'd get a little bit more out of him. Playing big minutes, kicking goals, but maybe moving to that edge limited his defence a bit. Nico Hines with a 73, so I guess having the three big halves is a really good strategy for the rest of the year. And Jermaine Hopgood, he's just another big minute, big workhorse in the middle. 68 points for him. So in terms of this week, we only have one trade left, so we probably won't use it, mostly because I don't think we need it. The trades will just be Russell, or sorry, moves, not trades. And Kiraz, they're back this week. CNK probably out with concussion, but if he is playing, um, it'll just be a case of Val Tafare will become, a 19th man there on the bench. Other than that, I think we can keep things the way they are. Yep. And then in terms of VC and C, I think the Warriors matchup with the Tigers could be epic. So I'm probably going to put the C on SJ, and VC is fine on Cleary. Oh, excuse me there. Just clear the throat without coughing in your ear. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all it needs to be. So yeah, we'll leave the NRL fantasy as is. Sports deck, I guess, was even more successful. So 1,203, which is a massive score. As you can see, 16th for the round, and I think that's pretty close to my best round rank this season with it. So still just outside the top 100, but we'll get there in the next few weeks, no doubt. So if we have a look at the side, so players I guess we haven't mentioned previously, Tohu, 58, it's a solid return to form after the bye. Joe Tarpany with 67, he's as solid as ever. Hotlukwatu with 72, so nice point of difference there in the second row. The three halves we've covered. Lemuelu with the 59, so glad we got to hang on to him. And Reece Walsh with the 63, so that's a decent return, even in this format of the game, where sometimes the fullbacks and that aren't rewarded for all the attacking stuff they do. So then, in terms of this team for this week, um, can probably upgrade Russell to. Well, probably Big Tino actually needs to get a run. And everyone else is pretty solid. So just as my headset decides to cut out on me. So CNK, yeah, I think the way we've got things set up, we have to go with Avarillo. We've lost our little center wing fullback swing there, which isn't ideal. But yeah, we can run with a team like that. Yeah, I don't think we necessarily need to do any trades. We've still got Presto here in the forwards. Got Jacob Kiraz ready to go in the centres. No, excuse me. So yeah, so I guess assuming Sankoni plays 1 week, we can hold him. Yeah, so I don't think we need to do too much here. It's a bit boring when you don't have a lot of trades, but I guess that's also why it's a good idea to get on stuff like the Fantasy Premier League, also NFL Fantasy. So I've been a bit slack and not done a lot of NFL fantasy content. I'm gonna try to get some this week out there. But EPL starts this weekend, so there'll definitely be some more of that coming up later in the week. Yeah, so sports deck, I think we've covered. So the mixer, um, so for this week, it doesn't really tell you how we went. So got to go to rankings. Week three's not open yet. That's not helpful. But just based on the numbers, we can probably work out we've done okay. We're up to 59th overall. I forget what it was last week, but it was about 100, I think. And so in terms of my mix, we've talked about Appy probably wasn't as eventful a pick as we'd hoped. But Georgia Hale, 65, that's a massive effort from her. Fafita, Monestre, we've covered. Isabel Kelly was our boost, I guess, like their captain for the women's choice, and she got 70, which was massive. I know there was a Broncos player who scored a ton, I'm pretty sure. See if we can find it in the overalls, maybe. Because her overall score would be quite high, I would have thought. Maybe not. We'll have to. I know they're Hufanga. So 106. I think scored 4 tries or something ridiculous like that. So that was a bit out of nowhere, but fantastic. And Tegan Barry, we stuck fat with 29. Probably could have got a bit more out of that score, but that's fine. And then we can't do the week 4 one yet. It's still a bit locked up, as you can see. But when we do the round preview on Thursday, we'll definitely get back on and discuss all things NRL Mixer. But can't do too much at the moment at the time of recording. So we'll leave it there. So as always, if you've got any thoughts or questions, comments, add them below this video. If you do enjoy the content, remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Pretty wild that we're still getting subscribers this late in the year, but keep it coming. Like I said, we're going to have a bit of content over the summer as well. Uh, but other than that, as always, thanks for watching and catch you in the next one.